Hi YouTube, I am back. Just tuning in to kind of share with you my hair, what it's looked like for the past week, and also just to kind of talk about my hair regimen. So just to kind of first show you my hair, this past Sunday I washed my hair. I think it was actually Saturday. On Saturday I washed my hair, I let it air dry a little bit. And then while it was still damp, I set it with perm rods. So I actually have my back hair with my perm rods. For my hair, I use the small blue ones for like the first 2 rows in the front. And I usually put just 1 lock on one of these blue rods. Then towards the middle section to the back, I use these pinkish, peachish color perm rods. Then as I get further back, or pretty much when I run out of the pink ones, I start using the gray. And let me just put this down. I use the gray perm rods, like this. And then like the last row of locks in the back, I use the big white ones. And pretty much for every set of locks other than the the 2 front rows, I usually put 2 locks on each perm rod. And this was the final product. I set my hair on Saturday afternoon, and then I took it out on Sunday morning, and the curls were even tighter than this. This is a week-old curls, and it was just me kind of putting 1 or 2 rollers in wherever I saw a curl starting to drop. Generally what I do in the evenings, when going to bed, I have this little, I guess it's like a nylon cap almost, and it stretches. And I just stuff all of my hair in this thing here. And generally my hair fits. I'll actually demonstrate for you what it looks like. So what I do, I just kind of stick it on my head, and then I just stuff all my locks into it, and just in a way that I actually kind of maintain the curl. So I'm literally just pushing the curls up and sticking it in. And then I just do that going all the way around until all my locks are in this little thing. Now, I bought this in a beauty supply store, and it's just called like a cap. It's really just called a cap, like a nylon cap. And it's tight. It has a rubber band edge, so it just stays tight on my head. And generally, I sleep comfortably. It doesn't come off of me at any point during the night. So this is what it looks like. And then when I wake up in the morning, I just take it off. And when I take it off, the curls are kind of just tight in its place. And it's really just a matter of me shaking it out and just fixing it with my hand, like so. And then as you see, now I had a pin just kind of holding one of the curls that dropped a bit. Like this one is starting to drop. So I kind of just twist it from the root and just stick the pin in, so that the end, which is still curled, that's what's showing, and you can barely see that the curl dropped. And generally, I mean, I had this thing on my head for like 2 minutes, but not even 2 minutes, but for the most part, my hair would stay like that for the entire night, and I would wake up and my hair would look like this. Even when I shower, I put that thing on so that the curls would kind of just stay up, and then I put on my large shower cap that I showed you guys last time. For those of you that didn't see, this is the shower cap that I use. So it's jumbo, so once I have that cap on my head, I put on my shower cap and my hair doesn't get wet. So that's how I maintain these curls. As far as my regimen, what I generally do, I mean, for the first maybe like 2.5 years, a little more than 2.5 years, I was constantly just going to a loctician. I would go about every 6 to 8 weeks to get my hair done. Now for myself, I thought that was normal. In between that time, I didn't wash my hair. I would just keep it moisturized. I would put oils. I would do spritzes. Not even so much spritzes. I would mostly do oils and just grease my scalp, things like that, over the 6 to 8 weeks time frame. And then I wouldn't wash my hair until I got back to my loctician. Then this past summer, June 2011, I started getting into YouTube for some reason, and then I realized that I probably wasn't washing my hair. Not probably. I wasn't washing my hair as much as I should have been. So then that summer, I adjusted my routine. Again, I wasn't going to my loctician as much. I started washing my hair once a month, which again is still not as frequent as a lot of other YouTubers, but for myself, that's what's manageable for me. And also, when I do go to the loctician, which I still like to do because I don't do my hair the way that they would do it, or at least I haven't gotten to that point yet where I can do it as well as they would do it. So yeah, I would go to them and they would do it a nice style, and I would want to keep that style in for at least a month. So then after that month of keeping the style in, then at that point I would wash my hair. And typically the style that I would do, initially I think the first style I did was the Bantu knots, which I have a video on that as well. But then my next default style, which I love and I can rock this for like a month or even more, is these curls. I love these curls. I get a lot of compliments on them. People ask me, they stop, how do you do that? It's so nice, da 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 da. So I love it. The only thing, which in the past when I had these curls, I would set it every night just to keep the curl tight. But I found that as my hair is growing out longer, I actually like it better once the curls have dropped. For this week, I'm just wearing all the curls down, which I like that. Probably this upcoming week, I'll probably start to wear the curls up in a ponytail. I might wear some up, some down, but I'm going to make it last for the rest of February. And then probably in March, I'll go to my loctician. The last time I went to my loctician was in November for my birthday, and we're now in February. So it's been November, December, January. I'm probably going to be 4 months without going to him, which is fine with me. I've taken care of my hair throughout that period. My hair is healthy still, and I'm just kind of enjoying my hair and enjoying this journey. So as far as within the month time when I do wash my hair, what products I use, initially when I first got into YouTube, I went and I bought all the products that I saw other people use. Specifically, I went and I bought the Nubian Kinks Locking Pomade. I got that from Coco Femme. I went and I bought the Talia Wajid African Healing Oil. I got that also from Coco Femme. I got the medicated formula of the Talia Wajid. I got all that stuff, which I don't regret buying it, but as I started watching more videos, I realized I don't really even need all those products. I can make my own. So now, and I'll just show you, it's in my cabinet. What I mainly use is this castor oil, and this I got from Chescalox. This is something she uses on her edges, because myself, I relate to her in that my edges are kind of fine, and the hair is very short, so I have a hard time with them kind of locking into the locks that are in the front. So I'm just using this to see if it's going to help it to grow out my edges. Also, I use that black castor oil, and then also what I started doing is just putting some water in a spritz bottle. Now this isn't like the one I buy from the hair store. This was actually a shea butter hair spritz that I bought from Nubian Heritage, and it finished, and so I just made my own spritz. So in this bottle I have water, I have coconut oil, which that tends to harden, so I actually microwaved it, let it melt. I poured the liquid into this water bottle, into this spritz bottle, and then, you know, since then it hasn't hardened at all. It hasn't hardened. Also, another oil that I put in this bottle is the tea tree oil. Now I heard tea tree oil, that's good for your hair. From what Miss Island Spice, from what I understand, also she had an issue with mold growing in her spritz bottle, and this is supposed to help with fungus and other things that in molds that may grow. So this tea tree oil, it would help. It would prevent mold from growing in your spritz bottle if that ever is an issue that you have. Also, I put jojoba oil in here. I put olive oil. I also put, just for a scent, and also just to kind of go back, with this tea tree oil, it has a very strong smell that can be overwhelming. So I put just like literally a drop or two. I don't put much of this oil in there. Then I like citrusy smells, scents. So I have this orange oil that I just put maybe 5 or 6 drops in my spritz bottle so that it has a citrus smell to it. And I think that's it. I mean, that's kind of a lot of oils. And I also put the castor oil, the same castor oil that I use for my edges. I also put a little bit of that in the bottle, and then I just shake it. I mean, of course, because oil and water doesn't mix. So I shake it, and then I just literally spritz all around my head. And it works. Even with these curls, my concern was that the curls would drop, but I don't put that much water in it that the curls would, you know, that my hair is like damp or soaking and then the curls drop. It's literally just like spritz, it's damp. I may just like put my hand through it so that the locks kind of, the moisture kind of stays and goes in the lock, and that's it. Also, what I sometimes use is the sheen. I use this, the olive oil. Now this, I don't really use it as often. I mean, it helps. It's like a temporary sheen, but I watched another video recently, and they talk about, you know, not just using oil, because in order for, sometimes oil, it just sits on the hair, but you need water to help the actual, your hair absorb the moisture. So you need to have water and oils in order to help your hair keep the moisture. So, I mean, I'm just kind of taking the advice that I get from YouTube and applying it. So, I mean, these are things that a lot of other YouTubers have said, but I'm just kind of sharing you my story, what I've done, how I've gone from, you know, washing my hair, or not even going to a loctician every 6 to 8 weeks, and now I'm kind of just taking over and slowly just getting comfortable with doing my own hair. And quite frankly, I think I'm doing a good job. I mean, I've done a few styles, and thanks to the people that I watch constantly, that includes QO Chemist, Cheska Locks, Bronze Goddess, Miss Island Spice, Pecadora, I think 09, Pecadora 09, I think. Even Coco Femme, she hasn't done lock videos in a while, but I watch you. I love you. You're great. You guys all inspire me. So that was just a quick shout out to all those lovely ladies. But this has been really long, so I'm going to kind of just cut it short now. But thank you all for watching. Thank you for listening to my story. I'm just excited about my lock journey and sharing it with you guys, whether it be someone that's just starting their locks, someone that has locks my length, or even someone who has locks that's longer than mine, that if for whatever reason you're watching, thank you. And that's all. I hope you guys have a lovely day, evening, weekend, whenever you're watching this. Have a great one. Bye.